Lots of thoughts going on today. I'm making another video. I keep thinking about people's assumptions. People put people into boxes and generalize people. Come to conclusions. Whatever the most common explanation is, that must be what it is. When I was younger, I used to really get angry when I would hear or read something about how much more important a dad is to his son, and how much more difficult it is for a son to lose his father. It used to make me really, really mad because I had this gaping hole in my heart where my dad used to be. And I tried to fill that hole all my life. I used to go visit my, they're both gone now, so I can say it, Arvie and God, and I can't even think of her name now. Vi and Arvid Kangas. They lived in Ballard, and then Arvie had these huge hands that were like, I mean, I don't know what he did as a younger man, but he obviously was a very powerful man when he was younger, and but alcohol had made him very sick. He was on a machine, and I remember we'd go there for holidays, like Thanksgiving and Christmas, and half the time Arvie would be either passed out on the couch or on the floor. But I adored him. He was like the only... I loved my dad. And coming out here to Washington from Wisconsin, all I had was my mom and my brother, and Vi and Arvie. And I would follow Arvie around, and he was really good with kids. He would make things for us. Most of the time they didn't work because he was very inept with his crafts. He actually got off the bottle later in his life and became quite the skilled woodworker. He made looms, and he made baskets with wood. He made beautiful things when he became sober, and he lived another, I don't know, 15, 20 years after he became sober, even though they had said that when he was younger that they didn't think he would live because he was so sick. I liked Arvie a lot. I wanted to love Arvie. He was there. He was a man. He was the only man in my life that could be a role model for me, except my brother. And my brother never was that for me. My brother was somebody I lived in fear of most of my life. So when I was growing up, I tried to cultivate friendships with boys. I was a tomboy, and I tried to be a boy. Not literally, of course, but I tried to play. I never had interest in dolls. I never had interest in the kind of games that girls play. I was always wanting to run and play with the boys and be with the boys. I don't know if I was looking for a dad. I don't know if I was looking for a brother. I just know that I had this gaping hole in my heart that my dad left behind. And I just wanted, I don't know, something was missing. And And then there came a point where I was afraid to try anymore. Anyway, that's all. I'm only saying this because a part of me still feels very angry that people could think what they did of me, that I would go after somebody's husband. I was married for 20 years, and 16 years of that I was living with my husband, and I adored him all the way to the end. And I would never do that to anybody. As I said in one of my videos, I felt safe with married men. I felt like I could be myself and be one of the guys, and there was no danger of it getting weird. And all I wanted, and all I have always wanted for the longest time, as long as I can remember, was a friend, a close male friend, or friends. But I guess our society says that women can't be platonic friends with men. And it sucks. Kind of makes me feel like I can't fit in anywhere. I can't have friends who are married men now that I'm single. But I was actually married when people were thinking I was after married men. Anyway. Sometimes I feel like I'll never be right for that reason. That I never had the kind of relationship that's a healthy, nice, normal, happy relationship with a man. I thought I had that with Mark, my husband, my ex-husband. We did have something for a while, but then at the end he told me that he didn't think he ever loved me, and so now I had to kind of go back and go, okay, what was real there? How much of my life has been fake? How many years of my marriage was fake with my husband, or was the whole thing fake? I know the thing with the guy I took care of who was ill was fake. That's 3 more years of my life. So it's like, okay, how many of yours? 19 years I was with somebody thinking something was one way and it wasn't. And then tack on to that this friendship with this bartender, letting me think that he was my friend. And the massive head game that he played with me, and not letting me understand why all of a sudden things were getting weirder and weirder at that bar. And not just from the regulars, but the staff at the bar, and him too. His hot and cold. One day he'd be like he used to be, the next day he'd be all distant and weird. It's like, and that went on for 2 or 3 years after, with me not knowing what I had done wrong. And his wife getting stranger and more distant with me. I was like, I didn't know it. Toward the end, I was almost in a panic, thinking that he must have told her, and that's why she hated me so much. He must have told her what happened that night, and she hated me. Anyway, that's it. I think it's sad that women and men can't be friends. And I think it's sad that society has such double standards when it comes to men and women. I love watching football. I'm not so much a football fan as I am a a fan of football fans. My dad and my uncle used to take me and my brother to Lambeau Field. Or we'd watch the game with they'd have their little parties and we kids could be there. And it kind of made me feel close to them. I wish sometimes I could be one of the guys. I mean, I never would do this, but I can understand why some women contemplate sex changes. Because it's like, if you don't fit in, I think sometimes you feel like you would do anything just to fit in. But I think I'd make an even worse man than I am a woman. Oh my gosh, oh yeah, could never, no. I am what I am. I'm a woman. I was born a woman. I've been a woman my whole life. This is me. I just suck at whatever. I suck at fitting in. And I guess this is a depressing video again. I need to go back to funny ones because this doesn't make me happy. Thanks for listening.